Discord popped. That's good. Now the dog's gonna bark, because why not? No, that's not. I wonder why it's not popping on Twitter anymore. It's kind of a pain in the nuts.
Do you have it connected?
Yeah. I wonder if Restream's just having a bunch of
disconnect it
issues.
and reconnect it?
YouTube says it's a rolling. Twitch says it's getting there. Alright, well, you know, we're just going to have to run with it the way it is. Hey, everybody, my name's Joe.
I am also Joe.
Welcome back to SNES Life. I got tired of all the single-player games, so tonight we're playing Super Batter Up. We're going to play some good old sports games. Now, Super Batter Up has...
Looks like Twitter is up.
Has a challenge.
Twitch.
Hey, Rob, how's it going? Swinging a gutter ball. Yeah, we know. Sports ain't our thing either. I will say Super Batter Up has some significant challenge. Oh, it's been a while since we've had the mascot. As he walks all the way around. Tappy, 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 tappy.
I mean, at least he doesn't knock over the cords anymore. Not that you didn't solve
Where'd you
that.
go? Okay. Anyway, Super Batter Up's going to have some challenge. I think it's going to be kind of hard to dethrone Roger Clemens' MVP baseball for us. Yeah?
Come here.
Like, we've played a lot of baseball games, and pretty much most of them are okay. Roger Clemens was very good. So, for this to be as good as that, it's got quite the distance to make up. Naturally, we can't find a manual for pretty much any sports games, but we do have the covers, and et cetera, et cetera. Let's see, Rob said I missed last night's stream of the SNES Port of Pawn, a.k.a. Super Buster Brothers. But I still had to do my overnight shift for Saturday. Yeah, it was an interesting game. Joey did not care for it. I thought it was okay. So, you know, what are you going to do? But let's discuss cover art. I like cover art.
I mean, it's baseball.
I mean, it's a drawn art style, whereas Roger Clemens' MVP baseball, I'm pretty sure just had a picture of Roger Clemens. Yeah. So I think this looks better. I don't know. I like the look of the cover at least. So I'll give it that.
In between us. You breathe into the mic.
Let's hit up the back of the box here as always. We got our Major League Action. Super Batter Up delivers grand slam action. Perfect play control. I beg differ with any game on that front. But something to point out here is it does say that there are major league teams and players. So this actually has the right teams and named players on it. Whereas most games just kind of make it up. 8-packed megabits. 8 megabytes. Can you even fathom that? They packed these games into like 8 or less megabytes a lot of times. Like, you have games on your computer that are gigabytes. And aren't half as interesting.
I don't know. Usually the larger games are significantly more interesting.
All right, so let's take a look at the corners. We got 4-1 in screenshots as always. These ones are a little staggered, so that's a little bit of a buck of trend there. We got, looks like some stadium choices, team choices, and then 2 images of gameplay. It's kind of hard to make out. It's a little fuzzy. I mean, it's the standard baseball picture from the batter's box. I mean, you know, I don't know. It's hard to say what it will play like or what we can make assumptions of just from that. I mean, I remember Roger Clemens did the same thing where it had the windows of the bases.
Yeah.
But I think a couple other games have done that as well. So there's that. I don't know. All we can do is play it. You want to get it loaded up there? Super Batter Up.
Super Batter Up.
Yeah. Some good 2-player action. That's what I desire. It's No Face. The dude had like no lips, no nose, no mouth. Just a big peach splotch.
Well, so far there's music.
Doesn't look bad. Ah, look at No Face. He's creepy as... Ha! 1 player here against the Super Nintendo. That's kind of funny. And the options, it's got the umpire standing around a big remote control. That's funny. I like that. This is you.
Minnesota, Chicago, Texas, something Boston,
That's not Chicago.
New York.
Is it? Oh. No.
Milwaukee.
No.
I don't know.
Hit RL. There's the national teams. There's Chicago.
Ah.
And New York and St. Louis. I don't know who the other CHI team is.
I don't know.
Oh. Apparently I missed the button to turn the game on. Thanks, Rob. That probably would have been 10 minutes before I looked back down the screen.
Chicago.
You took Chicago.
I did.
I think the Cardinals are going to have to go then. So I will say this. I do recognize these three stadiums. So the top left.
I recognize the bottom left.
Which one's that? Come on.
I've been there multiple times. I know.
This is Wrigley Field. So the bottom left is Wrigley Field. The top right, I am 99% sure that is Busch Stadium in St. Louis before they built the new one. So that's the old one. And then the top left one is
a circle?
Yes. The top left one. Oh, I think it was. It's not the Astrodome. I think it was something else. It was something dome, but it was the first one with this big retractable roof that like opened and shut. I remember it was a huge deal when they opened it, so I've seen it a number of times. Yeah, it's just too Wrigley. Cardinals and Cubs at Wrigley Field just makes sense. It feels good. So I do recognize the name Greg Maddux. It is the only name of these three that I recognize, or six. So it means absolutely nothing to me. Hit A, I guess, to verify your pitcher. So you can change your batting order and lineup. I recognize Ozzie Smith. Near side, Carl Sandberg and Greg Maddux, the only two I recognize. There we go. I had pushed the down button.
This is an interesting start.
I'm struggling to remember what the fielding sprites looked like for Roger Clemens now. I'm thinking they didn't
They're
look
from the back.
Oh, that's right, because it always like did a weird like side picture or something, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say that these sprites don't look as good. Music. It's
right.
hold on. Let me turn our volume up a little. Yeah, it's already
so
better.
X bunts.
Okay.
A, if you tap it,
Kind of half swings it.
it goes through the swing in increments. Hold A to swing. Yeah, you typical move around.
Okay.
So far, that's all I got.
Well, A throws the ball.
Well, I hit the ball.
And I'm pretty sure, I mean, left, right is up and down the mound, and I'm pretty sure the controller, like normal, is going to change the ball. Oh. So we've got the traditional overhead fielding view. Woo!
Open a ball.
Oh, hit my pitch.
Okay, wait. No.
Wait for what?
I'm trying to see.
Oh, if you can advance your lead off. Oh, shit.
I don't think I can, actually.
Ah, shit, there was a second.
Because, hold on. Oh.
Okay. So when you're when you're pitching, if you hit B, it goes to the outside, and then you can hit the direction in A to throw.
So
it.
that does mean I can steal. I just have to
Figure it out.
What if? Okay.
Oh.
I think I figured it out. Hold on.
You probably have to wait for me to throw the ball.
No, because I was able to do it before you threw. I think.
How'd you do it?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Oh, there he goes.
No, I think you're right. I think it is once you throw the ball. I don't know why my dude stayed at the top, though.
Ah! Woo. And that's out. Oh, or you'll miss it. Alright, so how did you steal the base?
I don't know.
I mean, you were pushing a button of some kind.
I was holding a controller and I think I hit A or B. But I'm pretty sure he only went because you started to swing.
Okay. Sure. That's a fair ball.
How is that not foul?
Because it didn't go on the left side of the line. I expected it to.
I don't really like
They're on the run.
Fielding.
I stole bases. Oh!
Man,
Loads them up.
When you curve the ball, it curves.
I noticed that too. I pushed left and it's like shkaboom! Stop swinging at crap. Now it does it. I was trying to do that earlier and it wouldn't do it. Yeah!
How?
You didn't get there in time.
Obviously.
Stop swinging. There you go. Well, I managed a run. Well, at least this one doesn't make you wait until the ball is back.
I feel like that would have hit me.
That's a foul.
Way foul.
You're out. Oh, you're out. Look at him with his like little hook hand up in the air.
His arm becomes like so much larger in that view. This dude can only hit fouls.
The ball travels really slow. Like that should have been an easy double play in an actual game. Dude would have threw it to second and then immediately threw it to first. You'd have been 2 outs. But the ball just drags in this. No! Oh, why did you throw it there?
Also pretty slow, I think.
What the hell's that?
Well,
You're out anyway.
it doesn't let me go back.
So
keep that in mind.
It's a dedicated thing once you run and you're running, huh?
I tried to go back and it just made my other dude run.
Ooh, fair ball. Go, man, go. Go, go, go. Go. Yeah. I got a double. Oh, that's... Oh. Go, 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 go. Go. Yeah.
Okay, so your dudes move
Oh, I turned around.
really slow.
They are really slow. Which is something that every overhead fielding has always had. That's why we liked Roger Clemens. It didn't do the overhead fielding. Everything moved faster. That's now.
Okay.
Or you'll screw up.
I was holding right, but alright.
Fair ball. Yeah. So if you hold the direction back the way you came and hit A, your guy turns around.
I still can't figure out if the controls are inverted for throwing it to bases. Like, I think holding left throws it to first base.
It didn't for me. Wow, that was low. I was looking at you.
You did it while I was trying to figure out how to steal a base.
Well, stealing the base is playing a game.
And I was trying to figure out how to play the game. What does the SO mean?
Strike. Where?
Well, it was at the left side in
Where?
the window. Above ball strike out. So that probably means strike out, but
You're out.
Ugh. God, they're so slow. Yeah, that ball travels super slow when you throw it.
oh, that's out.
What? Alright, first off, he picked up the ball and it wouldn't let me just walk over to first, which is what he really should have done. And then he threw it the wrong damn direction.
That was like a spinning.
I caught that. How the hell is that not an out?
Yeah, that one's weird.
I like it though.
I don't.
I do.
Are you just doing that by, like, holding up, or are you just quickly switching direction?
So I'm holding up and then like wobbling it.
Do you know if the up is what's causing you to do that?
No idea. Yeah!
Alright.
I don't know. I don't think up is what was causing, because I've done up before and it just kind of throws it down towards the ground. I think you had to, like, legit wobble. Or did you just hold the up button?
I just held up that time.
Oh, okay. Well, if I hadn't moved, you'd have probably just hit me.
Yeah,
That's an easy out.
Quickly going.
Get under it,
left
get
and
under it.
right.
Oh, you boned it.
You can't control that.
Yeah.
I thought my pitcher had the ball.
Why would you pitch out of the ball? You threw it.
I don't know. I just thought he did.
Ouch.
You're out.
Puts one in the dirt.
What's the 2BB?
Where?
Did you not see it?
No!
It was in bright red letters on
Where?
the left side of the screen.
Where at on the left side of the screen?
In the right-hand corner of that little window. on
It
the
probably
left.
means there's a dude on second base. I have no idea what it means. Out? How the hell did that last one get me out? That doesn't make any sense. Whatever. Oh, I'm back. I'm throwing again. We are just shit. Again, he caught the ball. It should be out. I think this game's got problems.
Wow. Oh, that's out. You dived.
Is the ball
How do you
sitting
dive?
there?
Yeah.
What?
How do you dive?
I pushed A while I was pointing a direction because I thought he'd picked up the freaking ball. Why was it sitting on the ground?
You didn't hit it.
Stupid. Alright, I dislike this one. You hit me? I guess? Like, did you see my guy was like, "Brah!"
I like that you can do that. It's kind of funny.
I mean, it's realistic.
Can you stop?
No.
You're out.
2B8. Whatever.
I don't know what it means. I mean, it obviously means something. I wonder if it means you need like a two-base hit to score a run or something. Because you had a guy on second. I really don't have a clue.
Out hit.
Ugh.
Strike.
Swung way early.
You're out.
That's a
Foul
foul.
ball, yeah.
Foul. Strike. Strike.
You're out. I'm out.
At least it has music.
Yeah, that may be the only thing it's got going for it at the moment.
Out.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. Look,
Strike.
I mean, we came into it knowing that it was going to have a hard time competing with Roger Clemens, and it is.
You're out.
I will say, the batting and hitting are, the pitching and batting are pretty fluid.
Strike.
I like the amount of control you get over the ball there. Yeah!
How?
I pushed A and he jumped.
It didn't
Sweet!
do anything for me when I was in the field.
That may be in the best move of the whole game right there.
Strike. 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 You're out.
Okay.
Strike. Strike.
Yeah! No.
Foul.
Foul ball. Oh, that's foul.
Foul.
Man, if only you could hit the umpire or the coach.
I know.
whoever
It'd be
was
great.
there.
Oh, that's a fair ball. Run! Yeah, that's alright.
Strike.
I don't like that it has those windows there all the time.
Yeah.
Strike.
I think Clemens just had him up when the guy was on base, didn't it?
Yeah.
Strike. You're out.
You're out.
What are you gonna do? We suck.
I think it's now that we've both sort of figured out
Foul.
how to pitch, we're just consistently outing the other person.
Yeah, because hitting is always a terrible proposition in baseball games.
Foul.
Let's see if I can get another foul. Nope.
Strike.
I can never figure out or decide whether I think the hitting in a baseball game is just luck based on your timing or if there's actually a skill to it.
Strike.
You know?
I guess. I understand what you're saying.
I'm just gonna throw meat pitches at you. Oh. Apparently my dude's tired, it looks like. Ah, Jesus. Why'd you jump? You're supposed to go after the ball. Yep, you're gonna make that one. For sure.
Time.
New pitcher.
Foul.
Foul. Strike. Strike. You're out. Strike.
Hey, good hit. Ooh. Go, you bastards, go. Go, 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 go.
Okay, so
Run, 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 run.
I feel like baseball players would have much more of an arm.
Yeah, they
than
do.
to only throw it like.
Yeah, fielding in baseball games has always been notoriously bad. And Clemens, the reason we liked it was because it seemed like the only one that made it feel fast and responsive.
Time. Strike.
He's running for it.
I don't like fight with your people.
Now, for that, you're going to have to wait for the first hockey game we play, which actually I'm kind of shocked we haven't hit a hockey game yet.
Foul.
How come that counted as hitting him instead of an out?
I don't know, 'cause it landed on your head, I guess. Oh, yeah. That's a triple. Oh, yeah.
Right.
What?
Oh.
Out.
Run it for third. Yeah, you should be able to get that ball there much faster. You should probably not run to home base. Oh,
Out.
it was too far.
I have gotten significantly more than 2 outs.
What? You saying it missed an out? Are you accusing the game of missing an out?
I'm accusing the game of not counting properly.
That's a solid double right there.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I'll take the triple, I guess.
You can't, so far as I can tell, you can't dive diagonally.
Out.
I should have even tried it with a bunt, but whatever. You can't dive diagonally. I don't think it lets you dive in the field at all. For me, it always made me jump.
Right. Foul.
Foul.
Nice.
Oh, there he dove. Ah. Hey. I don't really understand the point of being able to do this if you can't, like, I was about to say if you can't steal the base without me pitching the ball, but I didn't pitch the ball and you moved, so how'd that work?
It only worked because you went into the fielding view. Like, now I can do it.
What? Yeah, that really doesn't make any sense. Okay, whatever.
Oh, that's easy.
No, it's not. It's because of that stupid slow running bastards. And again, most professional baseball players can get the ball to a base without it bouncing along the ground on the way.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I feel like more
Foul.
than most can probably do that.
Out.
What?
Out.
How?
Ooh, that's a nice.
Home run.
That didn't feel like a home run. Pac-Man?
Pac-Man! I think this game was made by Namco, so.
Well, we got to see what that was like.
Right.
I mean, the sprites don't look atrocious, but they did look better in Clemens.
Foul. Out.
Look, is it the worst baseball game we've played? Probably not. Well, that's interesting. I like the fat guy with the glasses right down front. It's different. Look at the dude in the short shorts. Like, those are some nut huggers right there. Look at the giant fat dude on the left. He's like double wide. Oh, there's a big blue. That's funny. Oh, I'm up. That's out. Or, nah, it did the same thing it did to me earlier. It's just like, I'm going to get this. And you're like, oh, I guess I'm not because everybody runs slower than molasses.
Right. Right.
Foul ball. That. Run, Jim, run.
It's really unfortunate that, like, you'll be running after it and then realize it would have been better to start running backwards with your other dude.
Yeah.
But because you control all of them at the same time,
Yeah,
your other
it is
dude is
atrocious.
way out in the field now.
I wonder how long it took before a company making a baseball game realized, like, let's just make the player control one guy at a time and let the others autonomously go.
Or, like, have it like the football games
Where you can
switch
switch, yeah.
with L and R.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
God.
Right.
I am indeed out. Run for it, Jim. Mexican hat dance.
Time.
He's running
Right.
for it.
You're out.
Slide! I didn't think he was gonna make that, really.
I don't think he should have made that.
Right. Right. Right.
Change.
You're out. Right. Right.
Oh, that's goner. Nice. 2 home runs.
Home run.
I do like Pac-Man flying across the sky, though.
Right.
I might maybe swing for that.
Isn't it terrible?
Out.
I do like an easy out.
Right.
What? You, like, moved into it. Tricky bastard. Alright, let's go ahead and put another dude on. Let's see if you can get a grand
Can we do it
slam here.
again?
Yeah, that's a
Not quite.
solid score. It's at least 2 runs.
What are you doing?
Oh, you're all out. You're on the wrong bases.
Could my other dude not stay there?
No, because though you made your
Well, no, my dude that was already on that base. I get that the other one couldn't,
yeah,
but why did you get the other dude out?
because he was on the wrong base. He had to go back to second
Why?
because the guy who was on third was technically the third base guy. You can't occupy the same base. Technically, that dude still occupied the base.
But he got out.
Yeah, I don't know. Foul.
Foul.
Always with fouls. I wish you could, like, direct the ball as a hitter.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, if you held left or right, if it would go that direction.
Yeah.
And again, this comes down to me thinking, like, it's random, you know? Yep.
Worst arm in existence.
You know what I bet that stuff is in the corner?
What?
I bet that's that player's previous hits this game. So watch, new guy's about to come up. I have no idea why it's waiting.
Do I have to?
I have no
Do you
idea.
have to run?
Again, so because you caught the ball, I technically couldn't advance a base. I had to go back to second, but it wouldn't let me run back to second because I tried.
Yeah, because once you're on a base, you can't run back.
Well, that seems.
I noticed that with the dude on third.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell that is. Very strange.
Kind of bogus.
It is a little bogus.
Gonna be honest, I think we may have peaked with baseball games.
I mean, there's a lot of baseball games left in the roster here. Like, this is Super Batter Up. I know for a fact there is a Super Batter Up 3, which means there is a Super Batter Up 2.
Is there a Roger Clemens too?
I don't know.
Because what made people think this deserves a second game and that the other one doesn't?
You are just knocking them out. It's like half of your runs have been home runs, I think.
3.
Okay, not half.
If I get 2 more home runs, then it's half of my runs.
Oh. Safe. What the hell did he throw it to that dude for?
Sometimes you throw to like a mid dude, sometimes you throw to the pitcher, and sometimes when you want to throw to a mid dude or a pitcher, it throws to a baseman.
Well, that's game. Yeah, I don't need to play the bottom of the inning, so I won. So 10-8. Oh god, it's only 9:37. Oh, there's a post-game show. That's kind of interesting. Does it do anything other than tell you the final score? Press A once. See if it. Nope, that's it. Final score. Oh, there's a little sports page. Recap the scores each inning. I guess that's your starters, I guess. There again. B, X, Y, select, start. Not any of them at the same time.
Nope, nothing.
Oh, look. I can zoom in and out. Woo! St. Louis wins! I can look at the whole damn page. That's kind of... Why do I have control of it? Maybe because I won?
That's my guess. There's something on the back of his shirt.
Interesting. Alright, look. I appreciate that it's only 9:40, but we're not playing another game, obviously. Let's discuss it. Visually speaking, the opening screen looked okay. The batter's box, or like the main play screen, looked okay. The fielding screen looked garbage. Like, they looked like legit, like, old school 8-bit baseball players, frankly. Like that right there. I mean, you can see they're not 8-bits. They're a little better, but not by much. So I'm just going to give it an okay on the visuals.
I would agree with that.
You want to take sound for us?
There's music, which is great. There's a lot of games we've seen that don't have music, and I think the further into the SNES life that we get, the more games are going to have music.
Yeah, the more we're seeing with it.
Which means that having music isn't going to be as special. I mean, other than that, it's not terrible. It's the same music over and over again until you get one of the jingles.
Yeah.
Other than that, you have the bounce of the ball on the ground, smacking the ball, and the dude talking.
Yeah, I would say the umpires are pretty... legible isn't the word I'm looking for. Clear, you know, you can actually hear what they're saying. The crowd sound is pretty good. The music's pretty decent, although, like you said, repetitive. It never really changes. But I think sound's pretty okay. Like, it's not any worse than Roger Clemens, I don't think. Like, Roger Clemens had pretty basic sound as well, so
Yeah.
nothing wrong with the sound out of the game. Gameplay, this is the big swing, though. Pitching is extremely open-ended. Like, you can really
control the ball a lot.
very much, which means if you really, really want to, it is super easy to get the other person out constantly. Now, that has kind of tended to be true for every baseball game we've played. Like, it is always way harder to hit the ball than it is to pitch the ball. And in this game, it's the same issue. Hitting is very, I guess, timing based, but super hard to pin down. I didn't have a problem telling my guys where to throw the ball when fielding it. Like, if I push the up and throw it to second base, left and right throw it to first and third. The big problem is control. The fielders move very, very slowly. The baseball throws very, very slowly. And then, you know, you're, like you brought up, as you control your fielders, you control them as one big unit. And so, while you're trying to chase the ball with this dude, by the time you realize he's not going to be able to get to it, the other dude who's up that way has gone up all the way, and now he has to come back, and so he can't get to it either, which is kind of a pain in the nuts.
Something I did notice is you don't really get a choice on whether you get an out and catch the ball, or whether it hits your dude and your guy gets hurt.
Yeah.
Like, we see that in the demo. I'm pretty sure one of the dudes gets hit and fumbles the ball, and you don't really get any control over that.
Yeah. Well, it's like you hit... That, I'm betting that's what happened when my guy dropped the ball at first. Like, he didn't have it, it was just sitting on the ground. It probably hit him. And then, because it hit him, he didn't catch it, and we didn't realize it, so he's just standing there. I mean, it's kind of an interesting mix to gameplay. Like, you've got to kind of keep an eye on your guys at that point to make sure you notice when that happens. But I wouldn't call that a problem so much as just something different that they put in. I don't know. I don't think it's a bad game, but I think we have probably played enough of them at this point, and particularly having hit the high spot with Roger Clemens. And I know there are games before Roger Clemens that we gave thumbs up to because they were fun. But this one, I think, the problem is trying to hold it on its own instead of comparing it to Roger Clemens, which is what we obviously are going to do. Is it worth playing? If you're a baseball fan, I'll tell you what makes it worth playing. If you want to play a baseball game with actual teams and actual players that presumably has statistics figured into it, you know? So the other games, they make up their teams, they make up their player names. Who knows whether they make up statistics or not. So if that's important to you, having the actual major league guys on here, then, you know, that'll make a difference. If it's not, I'm going to revert to Roger Clemens MVP Baseball. I mean,
we've already been over this predicament before
Yeah.
with golf, where like we've given things thumbs up that now that we've, you know, hit that a way higher point, after we get to a worse game, we're like, man, this game clearly isn't better than the others, but there's a game that it's on par with that we already gave a thumbs up.
yeah,
And so
it's a real issue.
I think we've talked about that, and we've talked about going through at some point, like
And trying
at
to
some milestone
rework.
and reworking them. or,
God,
like,
that's a lot of work to
re-giving a
do,
thumbs
though.
up, thumbs
I mean, at this
down.
point, we've played 100 games. Some of them we'd have to replay because we've probably forgotten how the hell they worked or what they even looked like. Look, I'm going to go ahead and give it a thumbs down.
I am also giving this a thumbs down.
Okay. I guarantee we've played enough baseball games that I feel like the sprite work was better in than this. We've definitely played Roger Clemens, had better gameplay. And this one, while it's okay in the sound department, 1 out of 3 is not gonna cut it. So I am gonna give Super Batter Up a thumbs down. There are better games, I am sure. You know, maybe we get the Super Batter Up 2 in 3 years down the road. Those are better. I don't know whether you'll even be around for any of that or not. I also have no idea. So that's it, guys. Thumbs down. 2 thumbs down. Stop doing that. It's coming through. Kicking your foot in the couch. Yeah, 2 thumbs down for Super Batter Up. Unfortunately, Super Batter Up. Just can't cut the mustard against Roger Clemens, who apparently is the best. Let's see. That is Sunday done and dusted. We got Wednesday coming up. One more game in this set of 5, I think. Is that where we're at? We started on what? Did we start on Monday last week? Or Sunday last week? Jesus, I don't remember. Pretty sure we've only got 1 game left. And that's Skulljaeger, which is really bizarre. So we'll be back on Wednesday night. I guess that's it. Yeah. I mean, I got nothing else to say. You got anything else you want to say? Yay, nay? No? Alright, well, that's it, guys. Have a good night. Thanks for joining us here at SNES's Live. We'll see you in a couple days.
See ya.